communicate to him, which would help a parent out there to pass on a message to help to develop that child in certain areas?
Persistence. It's difficult, even this morning. Dad, I don't want to do it. He suffers from that 8-year-old sightis, and
8-year-old sightis.
He's a comedian, you know.
That's a good diagnosis, you know. 8-year-old sightis.
And you get, I don't want to do this. Oh, if I do it, what do I get?
Okay.
Yeah, so we go through that.
He's laughing.
But there's so much music around me. It's unavoidable. He sees it as a routine. I play him music of great masters. I play him classical music. I show him videos of great performers. He's exposed to a wide spectrum of different genres, and he makes up his mind up. And sometimes I think, wow. Because he tells me, hang on, who is this? I remember playing him a couple of weeks ago, a song by George Benson, playing the guitar. And because he's got such a gift of hearing, he could sing back some of the guitar licks, and I thought, okay, amazing. So he's gifted as well. He's got a very fantastic gift.
It's in the genes.
Well, so they say. But yes, I mean, I think it's encouragement. Just like every parent goes through, you just have to encourage them, try and talk them through it, try different methods, because yelling doesn't always work. Bribery works sometimes.
For you?
Yes. And he's a good boy.
Yes. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Well done. Thank you so
well done
much.
to you. I am so proud of you.
I know.
Can I congratulate you on a good job done on her, because you know she's an amazing worship leader herself. So and it's all down to this man. It's all down to this man.
It's amazing. You make me almost tearful. I remember when I brought Praise into the studio. I said, okay, I was doing all the backing tracks, and I said, okay, just do a run, just because we lined up all the songs. We were really pioneers of this African medley. Yeah. Yes, I think the only person at the time was Sonny, the late Sonny Okusun. Yes, I think he was the only one, the only person we knew about who did something similar. And she sang the melodies of the songs, of the choruses, all the way through, and I thought, hang on, that's mesmerizing. There's a lot of talent in this girl, and that's how she ended up doing all the lead vocals on that album.
Yeah,
well,
so look at her now.
Thank you, thank you, I must say.
Uncle
and, please, we're going to be bringing you, Collins and his son are going to be playing for us on this show, so stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
Pleroma Magazine, your #1 Christian magazine featuring inspirational articles from the pulpit, finance and planning, music review, events and interviews from the Christian community. Reach your target audience by advertising your product or services. Call us to advertise or subscribe on 0203-538-3856 or visit www.pleromamagazine.com. You can follow us on www.facebook.com/Pleroma Magazine, twitter.com/Pleroma Magazine. Pleroma Magazine. Enjoy fullness of life.
Exclusive Events Hire Services, adding class to your events. We offer a one-stop service to all our clients. Our team is formed of the best of the event industry. It would be our pleasure to put our extensive experience and expertise to work for you. We manage and plan weddings, birthdays, christenings, anniversaries, celebration, parties, team building events, and many more. Today for a quotation on 0207 064 9929 or 07540 254 342 or 07956 821 246. Or visit us on our website at www.eehireservices.co.uk.
Welcome back. That was some awesome, well, I don't call that performance. That was actually administration.
That was administration.
And a bit.
Indeed. And it shows whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve it. And never underestimate yourself. But also contact the school, the music academy, so that you can enroll your children into it.
If my children were younger, definitely I would be making my way down there, because, you know, actually I'm going to make my way down there myself.
Why not?
It's never too late.
And you can feature these people. You know, I always do these things on screen. Sorry. Africa Gospel Music Award next year.
Okay, well, moving on. Welcome to Praise Talk once again. Listen, I'm Charles. And hey, can we say a big thank you to Pleroma Magazine?
I didn't laugh this much when you were not around.
Let's talk about Pleroma Magazine, all right? Pleroma Magazine. Thank you very much for sponsoring the Praise Talk show. Yes. We appreciate what you do. And if you've never got a copy, actually the third edition of Pleroma Magazine will be out shortly. 2 editions out already. Awesome magazine. If you like your events to be covered, weddings, if you have baby showers, graduation, and you'd like it to be covered in Pleroma Magazine. As well. And services, you'd like to advertise, go to pleromamagazine.com and you know, just contact Pleroma. They'll send a crew out there, you'll be interviewed, pictures will be taken, and you'll be in the next edition. Pronto, sharpish.
Indeed. Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the second interview.
Do you know what?
now.
I have to make a confession,
right?
Okay. Because I'm stuck. Someone will be wondering what's going on. She's not speaking.
Not to worry. The Lord is in control. The Lord is in control. The Lord is in control. The Lord is. We'll leave it as that. We'll leave it as that. All right. Shh, shh, shh.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I just welcome to today's Praise Talk show, this wonderful Saturday afternoon, a man that I've, over the past a year, barely about a year now, came to my notice through a sister of mine, goes by the name of Kudukwashi. And I have enjoyed his ministry over the last year. I see him as a worshipper, but he probably sees himself as something different. He's originally from Zimbabwe, but he's now resident in Texas. But this week, he's made it down here to London, and he's going to tell us why he's here in London. And we'll talk a bit about his ministry as well. So, Auntie Praise, would you join me? Welcome to the Praise Talk show, Dr. Comfort Manyame.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Hey, we're more than honored to have you here. So, just briefly tell us, what brings you to London?
Well, I'm here for 2 main things, actually. The first one is I have a worship event in Tamworth, Birmingham, tomorrow on Sunday afternoon.
Birmingham.
I lead worship there in the morning, actually, and then have a worship evening at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So that's one of the events, and then the other one is more of a family engagement that I had last week.
Okay.
So that's what has brought me to England.
You see, things are normally happening in London, but this time it's in Birmingham.
Yeah,
so maybe it's a good excuse for me to travel all the way to Birmingham.
I was quite upset, really, because he's coming to the UK after all these years of all these months of trying to see the man actually minister live. He's coming to the UK, and what does he do? He doesn't stay in London to actually minister. He goes to Birmingham. Right. Didn't anybody tell you that the best things always happen in London? This is no offense to you.
I was just about to say.
If you're in Birmingham, please don't switch your TV off, right? This is a joke. It's a joke, man. This is not serious. Birmingham is a brilliant place, I'm telling you. Listen, it's the best place to actually have a concert. So go, just.
No, we're trying to have an evening of intimate worship, you know. So I thought London was a bit noisy, you know.
London was a bit noisy.
A bit noisy.
I didn't say that.
Hello, this is where
Dr. Comfort Manyame saying London is a bit noisy, man. The man started.
It's because it's where life is, you know, and everything is buzzing in London, you know.
For everything there is a reason, and the season and the time. So I think for
this time is Birmingham. You see, I like the way he's actually spiritualized everything. For everything there is a season. All right. So the next time Auntie Praise asks me to do something, I'm going to say to you, let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. For everything there is a season.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And it's a season for me not to use my iPad.
So, you know what? Tell us a little bit about Dr. Comfort Manyame.
Oh, I'm a worshipper, I'm a husband, and I'm a father.
The worshipper came first, that's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Everything that I am and everything that I'm aspiring to be is just worship.
Amen.
You know, just like King David, I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of people that God has said, you know, these are people after my own heart. Yeah. So I was talking to my brother earlier, I think yesterday, just talking about juggling life, you know, work, family, you know, ministry, and all these things. How do you do it? You know. And at the end of the day, I think once we come to the place where everything is just worship, you know, we see it flowing. So.
And do you write your songs?
Yes, ma'am. I write all my music, and God has really been.
Gosh, you sound so American. Yes, ma'am. Even when they ask me, where'd you get this from? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. No, God has been good. God has been so gracious with the music. I'm writing songs for my church, and I'm also writing worship music that other churches have taken up as well.
Right.
So that's been an interesting experience.
And I have to ask this question, being from Zimbabwe, do you dance? Do you do the dance? Do you do the jumping dance and the wild things?
I was hoping no one would ask that. That's the question that my church always says, man, what kind of an African are you, man? You don't dance.
So you know what comes to my mind? Obet Mazivisa, man. Obet.
No, God has called us to different things.
Okay. Some people are called to do the dance.
Some people are called, like Mr. Mazuris, to dance.
Right.
Some of us, you know, well, we're lacking in that area.
Okay, but you're right. You're right.
But I can move some stuff.
You can move.
I can shake my head and, you know.
Move your hand left, right, let's wave.
Exactly.
You see, that's the thing about worship. That's the thing about worship, isn't it? With worship, you don't have to dance too much. All you can do, so long as you can wave in the air, let's wave. You wave,
Yeah.
we wave. We get lost in the spirit, and everything is sorted.
Okay.
But you know, tell us this: 4 albums to your credit. And last year, on the world scene, Dr. Comfort Manyame got nominated in the category of USA in the Africa Gospel Music Awards. What has that been like for you as an artist?
As an artist, it's been a big deal because things like that open doors. You know, things like that shine the spotlight on you, and so suddenly people who may not have known who this person is, you know, and if they're following the Africa Gospel Music Awards, they're going through the list, you know, looking at the nominees, and suddenly they see your name there. It generates some interest.
Let me check who this person is.
Exactly. So I think that's what, for the most part, that's what it did for me, because before the awards, before the ceremony, you know, I got my local television station, you know, coming over to my house and actually doing an interview.
Really?
Amazing, yeah. So they did it.
Because of the Africa Gospel Awards?
Because of the Africa Gospel Music Awards.
Nomination.
Oh, yeah. So
okay.
they came home, you know, they came home, did an interview, and, you know.
We're going to try and get that clip on. It was actually a whole feature that was done on him.
Sure.
On you know, local TV station. Was it? It wasn't Fox, was it?
No, it was it's KBTX, but it's an affiliate.
Affiliate of Fox, of Fox TV. And
so whatever you're doing here, even though it's in the United Kingdom, it's still making world impact.
Well, it is making impact.
Wow. So well, I'm
you know,
quite pleased to
and
hear
after that, you know, it's like a few things have happened, and you've actually gone into the studio. You've worked with one of the best producers in South Africa.
Yes, sir. This guy, his name is Andrew Baird. He's one guy whose music I had been following. And I remember I'd been praying, you know, saying, God, if I can just do even half a song with this guy, you know, half a song, that would be enough. And God made it happen. You know, we got in touch, and he listened to some of the stuff, you know, that I was doing. I sent him some material and said, hey, you know, here's worship stuff I'm working on. Would you want to produce it? And so when he had it, he immediately just fell in love with it, and we started working on this project.
But that's the power of attraction. What you appreciate, you would attract. And I mentioned
you were saying that last week, weren't you? You were saying that
a couple
what
you appreciate, you attract, and you've just been a witness to what I've been saying, right?
One of your songs, Dururai, that song ministers so much to me. And for those of you who do not speak Shona, all right, those of us who speak Shona, let me just explain that to you.
Yes, please.
Dururai Moya Win.
Awesome.
Which simply means what? Pour out your spirit,
Pour out your spirit
upon us. It's a song that ministers, Yeah, I can sing that song, you know. I love that song. I put it in my car. Mwari Baba.
Awesome.
Anyway.
Awesome. I'm humbled.
It's an awesome
He's
track,
singing
right?
your song.
Check that song out. Check that song out. You'd love it. It talks about the fact that the Lord should pour His Spirit upon us. Awesome worship song.
Thank you.
What motivated you, or what actually motivates you to write songs like that? Because you've actually, with your upcoming album, you've got something with, I think it's Prince.
Prince Mafukidze.
Mafukidze.
Yeah, and Pastor G.
And Pastor G as well. Some amazing, those are, well, the names that we're mentioning, those are heavyweight. And when I say heavyweight, Zimbabwean gospel artists, right? So we're sat here now with a heavyweight gospel artist from Zimbabwe.
Thank you.
What motivates you to actually write songs like that?
I think songs like Durai, for example, is one of those that when you get into the secret place, you know, and you just start worshiping, there's something that God pours out. I still remember, I actually vividly remember when I wrote Durai, you know, I was in our living room. At that point, that's where my piano was. And I just sat down and I just started singing, you know, Mari Baba, Durai Mweya Wenyu, just like that. And then the song just came. So it was in a time of worship. So if you listen to Draw Me Near, I think a lot of the songs that are on that album just came out of personal times of worship. So whenever you get into the secret place, God pours out stuff.
Definitely.
So that's where some of this stuff is coming from. And there are songs that, like on Draw Me Near as well, there's a song called Munamato, which is prayer. You know, there are songs that I've prayed, you know, that God, can you give me a song that can help the church to pray? Not necessarily to dance, but just to get down on their knees and call out to you. And so songs like that have come as well. So it's different things, and some of them are experiences that I'm having with God. There's a song called Undeserving on that CD as well, which came as just God speaking to me about some stuff that I was going through. You know, there are songs like Watching Over You, for example, also.
Oh, that's another
Watching
awesome
Over
track.
You is another one where I was just going through some stuff. You know, in Zimbabwe, we've been hit the hardest with AIDS. So it was a time where I had lost a lot of family. You know, I had really lost a lot of family and friends to AIDS. So it was one of those that I remember this particular Wednesday, I was at church, you know, worship practice, and my spirit is just crying out because I just lost a relative, and one of my very close relatives had just been diagnosed with HIV. So I'm going through this in my spirit. As I'm driving back home, I just hear a voice saying, I'm watching over you. So I'm thinking to myself, as a musician, you know, the first thing that comes to your mind, that can be a very nice chorus, you know. And I hear him saying, no, it's not a song. I'm actually telling you that I'm watching over you.
Amen.
But regardless, I wrote a song.
You wrote a song.
I wrote a song anyway. Yeah,
You know what?
that's how it's
I know
been.
we're trying very hard to actually get you. This was going to be a video premiere here on Praise Talk Show, but unfortunately, I think because of a time difference and stuff, that hasn't come through as yet. But we just thought, let's just give you a little bit of, shall I say a glimpse? It's not a glimpse because glimpse is something you see, isn't it? But
A teaser.
A little teaser. Just listen to the voice of this man. And I think this is a track that, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a track that you did with Prince Mafukidze. But let's listen. If it's wrong, just let me tell me about it. But let's hear something from Dr. Comfort Manyame.
Baba Vasipo, Amaye Vasipo, Mukoma Hasipo, Andrati Hisipo, Ndotarisa Kumakomo, Miko Kunoparu Batsiro Wangu, Ndotarisa Kumakomo, Miko Kunoparu Batsiro Wangu. Ndotarisa kumakomo niko kunopa rubatsiro rwangu. Ndotarisa kumakomo niko kunopa rubatsiro rwangu. Aya siri Jesu, dingadai ndiri musungwa. Aya siri Jesu, dingadai ndiri napka.
Well, you know how these things happen. Actually, the track that we wanted to play for you didn't happen, but this is another one. This is actually a recording that's not out yet. This is a track called Kumakumo.
Makoma means unto the hills.
Unto the hills.
Yeah,
From where my
We
help,
will lift up
Exactly.
where
our
my
eyes
help
unto the hills.
comes
From
from.
whence cometh our help?
My help.
Our help cometh from the Lord.
Yeah.
The one who
Amen.
made heaven and earth.
Indeed.
He says he will not suffer your foot to be moved.
You're not preaching now, but
Okay.
Dr. Comfort. How can we get your music, though? How can somebody get hold of a copy of your CD, or is it available on downloads?
In the UK, I'm working with Cayenne Music. So if you just send an email to
She's live and direct on Facebook.
Info at
Yes.
Cayenne Occasions.
Cayenne Occasions,
.com.
exactly. So CayenneOccasions.com. So in the UK, you can actually get a physical copy of the CD.
Okay.
Okay.
In the States and other regions, I've got the music on iTunes.
Okay.
And back home, they've got it in the music shops.
Okay.
So,
But saying that, before we go, I think we need to clarify this. When we call you Dr. Comfort Manyame, we're not calling you doctor because you like to take, you're a very academic person as well. And it was funny, I had to praise, because yesterday when we were having a conversation, and he actually specialized in geographical information systems.
Yes, sir.
And years back, I studied a bit of geographical information